Welcome back to Every Choice YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful cone sleeve that we have here. It's an elegant sleeve, as you can see, and this is what it looks like when you turn. It's a very simple tutorial and it's beginner friendly. I'm going to take you through how to cut and sew this. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. Tutorial, I'm using this fabric as my main fabric, and then I'm going to be lining it with this satin fabric. Okay, you can use same fabric as your main fabric and lining as well if you have enough fabric. So we're going to be cutting it in a half circle flare form. So now the length is totally up to you. I want mine just a little bit above my elbow, so I'm going to be marking 14 inches length together with my seam allowance. So you can see, once I have 14 inches on that mark, I'll fold this into two like this, and then I'll connect like this in form of a triangle. Like I said, it's an half circle flare, so that is how you fold for an half circle flare. So you can see what I have there. You fold into two and then you fold like a triangle. So from this cone part, it does not have a radius, so I'm just going to go ahead and measure out our length. I'll mark my 14 inches all around, and then I'm going to connect and then cut it out. So now once you mark your 14 inches, I'll connect them, and then, sorry, my chalk is not showing well, and then I'm going to grab my scissors and cut this out. Now this is what I have. Like I said, it's a half circle, so you can see it's not a full circle. So I'm going to use this to cut out the lining. So I'll just cut out exactly what I have there on my lining as well. And then for the structure, I'm using this gum stay. So I'm going to cut out the gum stay of this shape as well, and then fuse it to it. So that is all I'm going to be doing to this. So I'll do this off camera. I'll cut out my lining and then fuse my gum stay to it, and then bring it back to show. So I'll cut out the lining as well, and then I added my gum stay to it. So this is the lining and this is the main fabric. So I'm going to place the lining on the main fabric, and then I'm going to sew it on the curved part. I'll leave this straight part, and then I'm going to sew around the curved part so that I can turn it. Okay, so I've gone ahead to sew it. You can see, so this part is opened, and that's where I'm going to turn it out from. So now you're going to turn it. After turning it, you take it to your ironing table, and then you iron it very well so that it can lay flat. So I'm going to go ahead and iron this now. Then after ironing, I'll just place it like this and then sew this part close. So it's ironed now. You can see how flat it is looking. So I'll take it to the sewing machine and sew like this. So before you sew, you can go ahead and serge this part so that it can be neat. So I'm going to place it like this and then sew it close. So I've gone ahead to sew it. You can trim down your seam allowance if it is too much, so that it's not going to be bulky. So after that, we're going to flip it to the right side. Okay, so now we are going to flip it, and you make sure that this edge, like the cone part, is showing very well. So you can see I'm using my hand to push it out. So now this is what we have. So to form this sleeve, this part where we sew it is what is going to be showing. That's going to be outward. So now I'm going to take so this is going to be like my sleeve length. I'm going to take my tape now from this edge, and then I'm going to measure around 4 to 5 inches. That's totally up to you, depending on what you want. So once you get to that point, you're going to form like a pleat. on that point. See, you can see how I folded it inwards. It's like this. You're going to take your tape and then measure between 4 to 5 inches, and then on that point where you measured, you are going to form a pleat there. So you can see how I have formed this pleat. So now you take it to your sewing machine. You can sew it down here to hold down the pleat. You hold it. I'm just going to pin it so that we can see what I'm doing. So you can sew it down or you tack it, whichever one is fine for you. So I'll just pin it down like this for us to see. So this pleat that you have taken at the center part here, you are going to arrange it downwards like this on both sides. Okay, so now when you are tacking this to your shoulder, you are going to tack it here. So this is what you are going to have. This is what it's going to look like. So you just tack it somewhere here to your shoulder. So I'll take it to the mannequin now so that we can see what this looks like. So this is what it looks like on the mannequin. So you just need to tack it somewhere or to the shoulder. So you can have a strap on your sleeve, or you just tack directly to the shoulder, and it's just going to hang like that. So this is what the back looks like. The back and front is similar, and then the lining is just going to be showing a little bit. So you can use the same fabric for both lining and main fabric. I hope you enjoyed making this basically tutorial with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.